In today's video, we will talk about file handling in Java. So everything we have done so far, and so far in our series, it had only temporary variables. Our all our data was temporary. It only existed as long as our program was running. So as soon as our program exited, all our variables, data, everything was destroyed, and we don't really store anything permanently. So to rectify this, we use the concept of file handling. So the file handling is the process of reading and writing data to files. So it helps us in attaining permanent storage. It helps us permanently storing data. If we don't use file handling, our data will only exist as long as our program is running. As soon as our program exists, as soon as our program closes or exits, our data will be destroyed. So to rectify this, we have file handling. And file handling is very tricky in Java as compared to other languages, but in this series, we are going to show you the best way of creating, reading, and writing files. Today, we will only create files, and to begin, first we need to use the file class. So the file class is the part of the input output package. So this IO package contains the file class, and it has also all these useful classes which are really helpful for file handling, for input output operations obviously. And I'm gonna, for now I need the file class only, so I'm gonna use this. And here uh, first let's use the file object. So I'm going to use file f is equal to new file. So in the in this constructor, I'm going to pass the file name. Let's call it mynums.txt. So this is what I'm calling it. And now what this statement will do, it will check, it will see whether that file is here or not. If the file exists already, it won't do anything. This is basically creating an object. It is basically giving the name or the path. Here the path is the default path. So the default path is the workspace of Eclipse workspace directory, but you can give it a custom path. So to create a file, if the file doesn't exist, we can use the create file function, create new file, and now it will create a new file, but it is giving us an error. It is asking us to handle this exception. So often we handle exception ourselves for our own convenience, but this time the compiler will literally force us to uh, uh, handle this exception. So if we don't handle this, we can't proceed. So we must handle it since many errors can occur while creating a file. So we're gonna handle this exception. So now uh, it's as you can see, our compiler has auto handled it. It has used a try catch which we have seen before, and it has imported the IO exception class. So now we are going to be using the IO exception class. I'm not going to bother with the catch block. We can do it later. And let's run our program. So nothing went wrong. This means our file has been created successfully. So it is on in the Eclipse directory. And if you don't find your file, don't panic. We will see how to actually properly create files in the next video. And here it was just a simple intro to how we create files. So to create a file in a certain path, suppose I want to create a file in my F drive. uh, Simply I have to add the full path. First I have to add the drive name, then this colon, then these slashes. Now it will create this file into my F drive. So if I run on my program, and if I search it here, it will pop up. It isn't popping up, but you will be able to find it in your drive, since this literally creates a new file. And if the file already exists, it will still create a file. And this is how it works. And that's it for today's video. In the next video, we will continue on from here. We will see more about creating files and how we work with these concepts.